Okay, we are live. And then there's always a delay, obviously getting it from here to the phone. So I want to make sure the mainstream isn't loud. So 2 seconds, gentlemen, and we'll be ready to go. Oh, good, it's already muted. There we are. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the reschedule. It was meant to be yesterday, but you know, just things getting away. We're pretty knackered, and yeah, hope you don't mind us rolling on to today. But yeah, so we are going to talk a little bit about this lovely book, as you can see. Okay, The Last Ronin. And yeah, just we will be getting into spoilers, obviously, but just firstly, spoiler free-ish. So what is everyone's thoughts on it? Let's go around the horn. Let's go with Tom.
I loved it, mate.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I've read it probably about 5 times now. Even though I said I wasn't going to open this one.
Ah, you did.
I went for it.
No, you can't do that.
So it's probably only worth about 25p now, but.
Oh dear. Never mind. So what about yourself, Pietro? How did you feel about the book?
I think it's great. Yeah, it's better than I thought, actually. Yeah. So I'm very happy about it. Can't wait to read the second issue.
For sure, mate, for sure. We got Maverick 5UK and Hizzy. Howdy, gentlemen. Howdy, mate. Thank you for being here as always. I appreciate your support. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. I think 40 years ago, 2 men came together, not like that, but their brains did, and they created one of the best generational franchises in human history. And they dropped off and parted ways somewhere down the line, but the machine was already self-sustaining. And then cut to present, and they're busting through IDW's doors saying, "Daddy's home," and they are. This thing is a beast of a book. Okay, absolutely awesome. Not only is it thick like my thighs in physical format, but just in contents as well. It's I found it great, absolutely great, and crazy just what they're able to pack in, you know, just straight off the bat. No allusions to who the Ronin is at all, like at the beginning, even in the middle, and of course, but they do reveal it at the end. Very surprised they decided to do that right at the end of the first book. I thought they might long it out a little bit, but I guess they're going for a different kind of storytelling narrative. You know, you get your stories where they start off in the middle, then flashback, and then bring you up. Or this one just seems to just thrust you straight into the middle of it, and then I guess they will go back and tell us to bridge that gap at some point in the issue. But yeah, it's amazing. Reminded me a lot of like the sort of the Dark Knight feel, which I guess was Eastman and Laird. They said themselves was a big inspiration from.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was unreal. Unlike Tom, I am keeping mine silky smooth in the plastic. I'm reading it on a particular website, which I have it up now. I won't ever be able to show it because there's a gazillion different saucy pop-ups that keep rolling in when you go to that site. Hi, do you live local? Do you want to come round? No, click. Go away. I know. Yeah, it's one of those. A lot of ads.
Yeah, they always live local, and I've never seen any of them.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? So, but yeah, let us know in the chat if you managed to grab it. Maverick says, I agree. I wasn't expecting the reveal at the end. Not who I was expecting. Oh, okay. Let us know who you were expecting it to be. That'd be good. Be interested. I'll talk about the book without jumping into spoilers, so we might as well just do it. I'm getting internet connection is unstable. Let me know if I go robotic. Apologies if I do. It should clear up in a minute. But yeah, so official spoiler warning is right now. Okay, so spoilers. Yeah, so were you all surprised it was Mikey?
No.
No.
Of course not. We always know Mikey. Actually, we hidden it, but that's the great thing about the book is that there was moments in it where I thought, this ain't Mikey. This really isn't Mikey. And even with the parts of the book where they had before, but when he's sort of having them envisioned above him, you know, talking to him in his subconscious, and they don't have their bandanas on, so you still don't know which of the 4 it is. And just his whole just like Raphael style attitude going in. And I was like, this can't be Mikey, really. But yeah, it kind of makes sense. Just didn't they? You know, I hope they build up to it.
Yeah, there were like two options. The obvious one, Raphael.
Yeah.
Or there's surprising one, and that is Mikey for sure.
I would love to know if anyone actually thought it would be Donatello, because he's.
I was half. They were my two options.
Yeah.
I thought Raphael's too obvious.
Yeah.
Leonardo's too boring.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah.
So it had to be one of those two, because they're the ones that you would expect to die first in any sort of conflict. So I knew it had to be one of those two. To be honest, like the first few pages, I was still thinking it's Donatello.
Yeah.
Like even the way, like the first couple of pages where he gets out of that nasty water and he's like spotting the security cameras and things. I thought, well, that's kind of maybe a Donatello sort of thing.
They really played it well. I mean, I was like a fruit machine, just cycling through, going through everything that they sort of used in dialogue and his actions in the drawing. I think that's such a Donny thing. That could be a Leo thing. I'm getting that Raph vibes. There's a little bit of Mikey thrown in there too, and I couldn't pinpoint one saying, "Oh, that's got to be him. That's got to be him."
Yeah,
because every moment I thought I had that, it jumped to another one.
Yeah, but also we have to remember. I mean, this was written in the 80s originally, like the original layout, and all the turtles were a lot darker back then because this was proper Eastman and Laird writing.
Sure.
So Mikey wasn't like the party dude.
No, good point. They hadn't sort of developed him into that yet. That was for the cast.
So you can see it's that darker vibe kind of runs through this, like the Mirage Turtles.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Instant punch in the face. Mirage is back, and and you're gonna eat it up, and we'll force it down your throat. That's kind of how it felt, and I'm here for it. Just laying down, just give it to me. So that's the thing. It was still very hard to pinpoint for me. So because it kicks off right. I honestly thought, because I read it online like you did, Tom, on Read, that I'd skipped a page. I thought this can't be the start straight away, like, now or out the water. I think, hold on, we're jumping straight into the middle of it then. And no, I checked, it was page 1. And it kind of just throws you straight into the futuristic city, flying cars, you name it. So there's obviously a lot of a gap to bridge. And I've got it up here. Let me just ping it up now.
So, like I say, I mean, just the opening where you get that double page spread of the city, with the big fortress in the middle. Yeah, you just got that real, again, it's like we were talking about the other day, like a Mad Max sort of feel, like the dystopian future. Yeah, like the bridges, like you can see the bridges blown out. So it's New York. You can see like the Brooklyn bridges that are coming across there. Actually, right. I don't fucking live in America. I don't know what bastard bridge it is, but
they got a gazillion of them around.
Yeah, but it looks like that's been collapsed and caved in.
And the whole it kind of gives me like a Judge Dredd sort of feel with the mega city, and it's all barricaded in, with the big central structure in the middle. And it's crazy. I want to know exactly how it got to that point. So immediately thrusted into the world and in love with it. And we're seeing Mikey, not at the time realizing it's Mikey, he's going through the sewage and he's talking to himself, but then himself is talking back, and takes out a shuriken with a shuriken, and then we realize that he's actually talking to the other 3, but in his head. And we're like, are these actual spirits, or is it just his subconscious keeping him going? Is he going a bit crazy? And basically he's breaking into this big city. And there's just it's mad. Absolutely mad.
I will say, if you look at the page where he's jumping over the wall, and you've got the middle of the time to finish this panel, there's a little nod to the 87 Turtles van there.
Oh yeah, just floating.
One of the flying cars.
Yeah, That's right.
It's got like the real Turtles van vibe to it there.
Yeah.
It's one of the first things I picked up on reading it. I was like, hell. Like, there's little nods to all different like eras of Turtles all the way through it.
Yeah, it's like a Where's Wally kind of like just spot it in the background. Yeah, I didn't pick up on that until just now. Good man. Yeah, so, and then of course he decides to nick a motorcycle, and the owner of the motorcycle comes out. It's a chick, and they refer to her as Jones, which is it's foreshadowing, if you will. But yeah, no, it just sort of really just kept it going pace-wise all the way through the book. Let me get back up.
But again, the bike riding has always been Raph.
Yeah.
In various incarnations of the Turtles, it's always been Raphael riding a motorbike. So again, that kind of it's just something else that could throw you off. Again.
Yeah. And of course, where he's got, obviously he's using all the weapons, but it's just, yeah, you get that vibe, especially when he's got the sai. And yeah, I agree. Because might as well jump onto it now, because I don't know at what point I might divert onto it. But yeah, you watched recently the TMNT Armageddon, wasn't it? The cartoon series Armageddon for the 2012 series. And I'd not seen it. I'm not that in tune with what's going on in the cartoon, or have been for a while. So you said how different and out there it was, and I was sold on it. So I stuck it on, and yeah, Raph's riding a bike in that. And that's incredible, by the way. That kind of has, like you say, Tom, it had a Last Ronin kind of vibe, and that was awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the best Turtles things I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, for sure. And that was very dark. Well, it had a dark tone to it, you know, obviously some humorous parts.
It did, especially for the 2012 cartoon has always been like a bit dark and a bit light, you know, like proper in the, like for kids and adults at the same time. But this just felt a lot more adult than any of the others.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, especially with just full blown killing other animals in it. You know, they're blowing up, they're getting hit. There's no hold back on it. And definitely that had a Mad Max setting and vibe.
Yeah,
aesthetic mixed in with the subplot of Waterworld with the tattoo and their version of dry land, which is paradise.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first thing I caught on to was Waterworld. And the bad guys are after the tattoo. But yeah, brilliant. Loved it. And yeah, having, if anyone's not seen it, but spoilers ahead, having their version of Lord Humongous from Mad Max be the Lord Maximus was Leo. It was just crazy. Yeah. But he's still got a tiny turtle head.
Oh, that was weird. Not as weird as Raphael with a beard.
That's crazy. That was crazy. It worked, though. It absolutely worked. Yeah, it's sad seeing Donnie as a robot, which was, you could tell, was either Chappie got the inspiration for that look, or
it's definitely had a Chappie feel to it.
Yeah, and then Mikey just being a shriveled old shaman, but you know, still hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, literally watch that. Anyone that hasn't seen it, it's even if you didn't like the 2012 series, it just feels completely different.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Yeah, it's like its own little movie.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah. And so, yeah, sort of back to the book, and we can see the Ronin, Mikey, at the time, not knowing it's him, just going crazy straight into the facility, riding his bike. But along the way, you sort of find out who he's actually after. And yeah, did you kind of have any idea that, you know, they'll be linking in so many characters to this thing?
I expected it. I didn't know how they were going to play it, and again, like, they don't mess about. It's like straight away, the first few pages, you find out the bad guy.
Yeah,
straight away. There's no messing about.
No,
but I mean, when we talk about the new teasers from today later, I think it'll all become clear why it's like this.
Yeah. For sure. Oh, yes. We have some teasers for the next couple of issues that we'll put online. So we'll be talking about them. But yeah, so, and we find out the bad guy is Karai and Shredder's son. Is it that right? No, Karai's
son.
Karai's son. Shredder's grandson.
Yeah. Which again, even though they're going for a Mirage thing with this, I don't remember Karai in the Mirage comics being Shredder's daughter.
No, that was news to me actually. I just thought she was
I mean, she's been different through so many different incarnations of her. She's always had a different background, but so again, I think this draws mainly from Mirage. It's kind of they've made it its own thing. I don't think it's fixed to any particular universe. It's just it's not Mirage, it's not IDW. It's just the Last Ronin. Again, kind of like the Dark Knight Returns was just the same characters, just in their own universe.
Yeah, that's it. Can you guys just fat for a couple of seconds for me? I just need to dive to the loo. Very badly timed pit stop, but I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right,
go for it. Well, oh God! Now I've got to look at his face. That's always a bad move. But yeah, so what did you think about like the bad guy being revealed so early?
I mean, I think it's good. We need to know what's going on, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And the beginning is already in action, so it makes sense.
Yeah, they're not holding back with the action from the start, you may as well find out who it is and what he's fighting for straight away.
Yeah,
you get a bit more invested in it. Like from the first couple of pages, you're getting more invested as it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but I mean, the artwork is just
the artwork is very good. Very good. I like it.
Did you see the original artwork? Because they changed artists.
Yeah, I've seen some panels.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not very different.
It's not. I mean, he's gone for the same layout, certainly, because the first, I think they released the first 3 or 4 pages.
Yeah.
As a teaser, and then obviously they changed the artist, but I think it's still Kevin Eastman doing the layouts, and then they're kind of working off that, so they're still going to have that same vibe to it.
Yeah. But do you know why they changed it?
There was one thing saying that the original artist wasn't going to have time to do them all, and they wanted a consistent look.
Okay.
But there was also, when they released the teasers to the retailers, they weren't very happy with the art. Like they were saying it wasn't good enough for what they want to sell.
All right.
Which is, so I think they kind of took the fact that he might not be able to do them all as a good excuse to get someone else in. To be honest, I think looking at the original compared to this, I think it was a wise move because the art in this is beautiful.
Yeah, it's more dynamic as well, for sure.
Yeah, and again, it's got an IDW, like an updated Mirage look to it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a bit of like a Frank Miller as well.
Yeah.
Not only the story, but even the art.
Yeah, it's definitely like the more, it's almost complicated but simplified at the same time.
Yeah.
And the fact that the turtle's so big, like, is a very Dark Knight Returns Batman, like beefed out, chunky.
Exactly, yeah. With the wrinkles as well.
Yeah, I need a figure of this.
Yeah.
This look needs a figure on the shelf at some point.
Yeah, you're right.
And if someone doesn't make one, I'm going to have one made. Oh, here he is.
Hello. And I got some water as well. So, sorry, you're talking about figures for the Last Ronin?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we know Randy's keen. Hopefully he gets the approval to do them. So, fingers crossed, 100%. No mucking around there. Straight all over those.
But we're also saying how much of a Dark Knight feel it's got to it, even with the artwork.
Yeah.
Like, it's very Frank Miller style artwork, especially like the original Dark Knight, not as it went on, because the Strikes Again was a fucking abomination, but the original Dark Knight, like, even with the size of the turtle, like Michelangelo And again, that's another thing that throws you off, is you never normally think of Mikey as being this like hench.
No, I've always made him like a smaller, geeky brother. But yeah, he's freaking huge. I mean, granted, he's got all the gear on, but in general, he's
Even when it's off later in the issue, like it doesn't look like that was that much padding.
No, just like a jacket. That's it. Yeah. So it will be interesting, but it's just a great interpretation. The artwork's just awesome, and you're right, it's 100% Dark Knight Returns vibes.
Even like a very wrinkly face, obviously, so you can tell he's older, more grizzled. You can tell he's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah, whenever he frowns, and you can see it all just wrinkle up by his bandana. But they did well with the art.
Yeah, you can tell it's an old turtle.
The fact that he's got, it's kind of a mix of like a ninja mixed in with a biker. He's got a utility belt, goggles, and obviously just armed up to the teeth. This would just be a fantastic figure. So hopefully we get one down the line.
Yeah, NECA need to make this. I don't even care if they just base it on their film turtle and just put a different head on it.
Yeah, for sure.
And throw a bit of soft goods on it.
Don't stop it. Yeah, give us some of these cyborg units for him to kick ass with as well.
I think these were quite a cool addition, actually.
Yeah,
because again, they've got that foot soldier look from the comics
with like a snake eyes kind of thing.
Like
grilled visor.
Yeah, and the fact that they're robotic is kind of a throwback to the '87 cartoon where you've got the robotic foot soldiers, because obviously they couldn't have the turtles killing people every week, but they can cut robots up no problem.
Easy, yeah, exactly. It's just how to get over the PG. Smashing the shit out of these as he's infiltrating the tower and his ditch to try and get to what's his name? It's just Karai's son. I forget his name. It's not he's a Saki, isn't he? But he's got a different first name.
It's still a Roku.
Oh, it's
Hiroki Hiroto.
That's the one. Hiroki Hiroto.
It's obviously back to front in it because the Japanese surname and then first name.
Which Pietro told us was actually Korean. If I'm getting that right.
In the Japanese version was Korean.
Right, yeah. That's it. So yeah, he's doing his best to try and get to him. Obviously it doesn't work out. He gets beaten a little bit. So let me just see where we are at now.
Yeah, there's some good fight scenes with the robotic foot soldiers.
Yeah, just that.
And the fact they just keep on coming.
Yeah, that reminded me just classic back like old Mirage Turtles, just with the big flying kick and about 4 robots getting murdered at once.
Yeah, and I mean it's another throwback to Mirage where you've got the bit and the first lesson our father taught us, the strike hard, fade away.
Yeah,
never lose focus, is from the first Mirage comic.
Yeah,
beautiful little touch.
Yeah, so it's just, there's so many little nods all the way through to different.
It was
like on that. It's just.
It was that kind of just told me, okay, Eastman and Laird are back. Okay, that's just we're back. That was kind of like a John Wick moment. So yeah, I'm guessing I'm back, and it's just like it's some Mirage lines for you. It's back in our hands now. So let's keep plodding along through the issue, and
it's just. I mean, there's a lot of good fight scenes over the next few pages. And now you're kind of almost going into. Was it like the Fifth Element and things like that, where like jumping across the flying cars, during battles and things like that, and it's pulling from so many sources.
Yeah, exactly. Like the panel I'm on now with the page I'm on now with the last panel where he's just leaping and there's just flying cars everywhere. He goes, I'll just end up painting myself in a corner. Remember the basic training: when to leap, when to stand firm, and and most importantly, when to fly. And it's him just leaping off the railway bridge.
And then the next page, he lands on a fucking police car. Out of everything you could land on.
Bada boom. Big bada boom. Just want Corbin Dallas in there. That's hilarious.
Maverick 5UK is actually raised a good point there where he said, did Mikey use the nunchucks at all during the issue? And I don't think he did.
No.
I think you're right, actually. I'm just seeing this now.
Because, like he said, he favoured the Sai and the Tomfa, which, again, pointed to Raph.
Yeah. They really kept it away from Mikey. Anything that could sort of give it away, that's Mikey. Which, again, like you say, I didn't know that until just now. I didn't even occur to me in the book.
No. But you don't pay attention. But at the same time, you should be paying attention to the fact that that's the only one that he's not really using.
Yeah.
So that should lead to it being... But then again, I think half the good thing is that you're not trying to work it out because you know at some point you're going to find out and you're just kind of... It's so action-packed, you don't have time to think about who it is.
You're right. You know, it's just enjoying it. And even though I was like picking out the moments when they're using different weapons, but then once I realised, okay, he's got them all, so he's going to use them all. And then the idea of him not using or just, noticing not using the nunchucks just went out the window. It was just going with the flow, enjoying the story. I'm picking out little Easter eggs like the one off the last panel of this page where he's on the flying car and it's upside down. That's Back to the Future all over it with the gull wing doors and the tires inverted, and it's kind of Eastman and Laird. I see what you're doing there, just love all the little nods. So yeah, where are we at now? This is where it all goes wrong for him.
But yeah, this is where you find a Rogu Hiroto in his impenetrable tower, basically. I mean, that's fucking mental, isn't it, that thing?
Exactly, yeah. But how? Oh, I need answers, man. How the hell did he become ruler of the city? Rich? Well, I guess, I don't know, obviously family wealth. But yeah, that's it. There you go. And he looks like, I don't know, what's his name? Kylo Ren without a mask on.
Yeah. It reminds me of the Crow, if I'm honest.
Yeah, without the makeup, with all the birds, all the silhouettes of the birds flying around.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's got a Crow feel to it, but you also get the impression that he's not very hands-on.
No.
Not that he probably doesn't know what he's doing, but he doesn't get his hands dirty.
Yeah, I think he actually alludes to that in the book.
Yeah, I think later on, but you can just sense it from this point. Like he's just sat in this impenetrable tower surrounded by screens. Like he's obviously a control freak, but he has people to do the controlling.
Yeah, and just barks orders. That's literally it. But so I'm hoping he gets to get his hands dirty. And this like this big wide panel. This kind of reminds me like a Star Wars hangar.
Yeah.
The big open cavity in the bottom and just all the machines and vehicles. And you got a vehicle here that looks like it's straight from bloody Avatar. And you got all different kinds, big widespread panels like this where you can just pick out all different things that, might be pulled from this, there and the other. I'm getting Avatar vibe from this helicopter plane thing. You got his tank on some weird casters that look like they belong on a shopping trolley. That's just hilarious.
Well, it was the thing I enjoy about stories like this in general, where the future is so like that is. I mean, that's not going to happen in our lifetime.
No.
Probably not even in our kids' lifetimes. We're going to get like flying cars and things like that, which means it doesn't. You could read this book in 50 years, and it's still going to feel futuristic.
Yeah. It hasn't caught up yet. We can still just keep imagining the future right now. Which is a shame because I'd love to be in this kind of, well, not obviously the state of this world, but to have this kind of technology.
Yeah.
To be there already. Obviously been dreaming that since I first saw Back to the Future 2. And the idea of this, what the future could look like, was stuck in my head all this time.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I agree.
That was 5 years ago, and we still haven't got any of that shit.
No, what's going on, man? What is going on? But yeah, so
I'm fed up of tying my own shoes.
Yeah, so am I. I don't think the kids do. They just let them.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the next few pages are just gorgeous artwork.
Oh yeah,
with these fight scenes.
I think I'm landed on the one. It's just a white panel, and he's just kicking this robot in the face.
That's exactly what I was just focusing on there.
And you've got the glare sort of over his shoulder, and it's
It's got a very like the ACBA white hot feel to it, like
with a nice place.
And I love doing those sorts of shots. So that panel there just really speaks to me.
If you get figures, definitely recreating this one. Absolutely, I highly recommend doing it if we get figures of this. And even again, more wicked robot designs. You know.
Oh, there's some fantastic robots in this.
Yeah.
But what does not throw me exactly, but almost draws me out of it is the fact that everything kind of looks like a mix between the Mirage and IGN comics, and then you see a Roku there, and that looks like a Kevin Eastman drawing of the Shredder. Like a mask, like just every time he draws him, he's kind of doing a Kevin Eastman impression.
No, I agree. It's got a little flavour to it. Let's get to it, yeah.
Which almost makes me wonder in the odd panels, has he like traced over like a layout that he's done rather than...
Could have done as a way of, I don't know, cutting a corner or paying homage. Not honestly sure.
Because if you look at the page where he realizes it's a mutant turtle.
Yeah, I'm getting to that now, actually.
Which is quite a good little thing as well, because he obviously recognizes who it is.
Yeah.
But if you look at that drawing there, that's very Kevin Eastman. And then the panel afterwards is also very Kevin Eastman. The way that they're drawn on that panel.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just me reading too much into it, but it's still lovely artwork.
Even if it's
I don't remember. Can you show me?
Yep, let me see if I can get it on the thing. So if you look at that, like I was saying, that's a very Eastman style.
Yeah.
And then moving into this panel just feels very Kevin Eastman as well. Compared to, say, that page.
Yeah.
It's kind of a jarring...
So it's the way he lays it out as well, isn't it? The page layout. It's a mix of old and new. Gives you a different flavour each time. Does throw you off a little bit, but
not enough to put me off the story.
Oh, no. Christ, no. You know, there's one time when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, but they're whipping up something tasty.
But then you've got another one of my favorite, and it's not even a nod. It's just, I mean, it is a nod, but it's still kind of relevant. Like you got another page of fighting, but then he's telling him to activate the Stockman tech.
Yeah, so that, yeah.
And it's like, oh, what are we going to get?
I was expecting some sort of upgraded Mouser and kind of what we got.
I mean, this was an upgraded Mouser, but... Oh, my camera's going crazy. Hold on. Like, these things are just weird little... Almost like fat pugs. Just coming through the wall.
Yeah, they are. They remind me of the dog from the robot dog from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah,
close shave.
It really does.
Yeah, a close shave. They're just flying pugs. This is the most random thing ever.
Yeah, flying pugs shooting lasers. It's like Dr. Evil has invented these things.
Freaking laser beam. Oh, damn. Yeah, it's just crazy.
But like he throws them with the EMP, which again is kind of a Donatello sort of thing.
I can't, and it kind of makes it
getting an EMP and using that doesn't scream Michelangelo; it screams Donatello.
Yeah, they put little touches throughout it all, but obviously going back and going forward and finding out it is Mikey, and then obviously he's got the rest of them in his head. I guess they're sort of guiding him, or he's learned along the way. What would my brother do in this situation? I think I'm hoping we get a little flare of the jokey attitude here and there, but it looks like now I'm just screw the jokes. I'm serious now, and for one strange reason, all the way through the cartoon series, obviously Donnie, Mikey, Donnie, Raph, and Leo. I always thought, okay, these guys can fight. Then I just thought Michelangelo, how is he able to fight? It just didn't seem like he actually paid attention to anything. But then you're like, no, he studied hard as well. He's just as good as the rest of them, if not, up there. He just does not give off that I'm a ninja personality.
No.
I could kick your ass and make you laugh at the same time. Just doesn't compute. So when you see him throw down, you're like, oh, shit, okay. Especially like this is crazy. But all the way through the cartoon, I just thought, no, Mikey, you're going to get your ass kicked. It's like Billy from Power Rangers, the weak, the geeky one. But it just didn't seem like he had the fighting flair. But boy, were we wrong. Not me, anyway. But yeah, so he's just.
But this is great when he blasts through the window.
Yeah,
where he can't stop the Stockman robot, and it's just plows him.
Yeah,
straight through
the big Cyclops robot.
And I'll be honest, at this point, I was like, oh, they've kind of left this quite cool. Like, he's falling all the way through these, like, the extended vertical panels. And you're just waiting to find out what he's going to do to get out of it.
Yeah, for sure. How's he going to get back out there? Yeah. Is he going to make it?
And then you turn the page and he fucking hasn't, and he's just flat out in the concrete. With, like, blood everywhere, and it's like, fuck. He didn't.
No, yeah. And even here, when you can see the other weapons attached to him, no nunchuck, and I did not pick up on that. It's a good show.
No, I didn't. That was definitely a good call there.
Yeah. Maverick 5UK said you get a good sense of his mental state when you realise that when he realises a robot has a human eye, but still takes his head clean off. Yeah, that was cold. That was proper cold.
Yeah, he's past giving a fuck at this point. Yeah. It's just no messing.
Nah, he wants one thing, and that's Oroku's head on a spike. And
you can see whatever's happened to him is driving him.
Yeah.
But like, when he's just laying flat out on the concrete, and then it's like he's shot that he's still alive, and then he's like everything feels broken. And it's just like and you can see the blood pouring from his mouth. And he's not in a good way.
No, he's hurt. He's down. And then
you can see here, he's like, I'm not going to let him finish me this way. I won't dishonor my family.
That was a fucking line and a half. That was, and that really threw me. Like, this can't be Mikey, surely not. But then again, it's like, you're right. Here's his mental state. He's not going to be the same Michelangelo, and I had to keep reminding myself of that. And and I was kind of like, well, if it is, that's badass line, and it was. So when we get to the next one, and some RoboCop looking robots are coming in, and the owner of said motorcycle from before and her little gang, which looks kind of like a Defenders lineup, with someone wearing Cyclops' visor from X-Men, comes along. And dude you're looking for is not dead. Took off that way to lead him away, and she finds him
following the blood, which is just brutal.
And again,
he's gone down into the sewer.
Yeah. And then we go to the next page, and then again you've got this awesome shot of Oroku here with again the crows, and it's got that crow vibe. You're right, with the whole black attire. Again, something I didn't pick up on until just now.
It's just every time I see him, it just reminds me of Eastman. But you also find another twist right here, where you find Karai is in suspended animation. Like, you don't know how long she's been like that. I assume this is something they'll touch on later, but it's just like laying seeds for what we're going to get.
A very Nora Freeze and Mr. Freeze-esque, you know, keeping her alive. For what purpose, we don't know. For how long, no idea. I love this dude. He's got horns on his helmet. One of the little side panels.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice them before.
I just noticed it now.
The amount of times I've read this.
Yeah. Oh, Christ, thick. Fair play.
Oh, yeah. That is like, she is Beyonce there.
That thigh gap is lit. Yeah. So, dearest mother. And then we see Mikey. He's getting his way through the sewer, limping his way through the sewer. And here we do get a nunchuck shot. One shot only of when he's taken out all of his weapons. The sword's broken. You've got the sigh. He's coughing up blood. He's taken off all of his gear.
And it's just... Then you can see like the broken weapons, like the broken sword, you know. Like, you kind of get the impression of the shit that he's been through.
Yeah.
And then he's like talking about them like they were always so different and how much he misses his brothers. And it's kind of like, damn, this is like hardcore stuff here.
Yeah, and you're right. He is hench as hell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a beast. But you see like the scars all over him and like you can tell he's been through some shit.
Yeah.
But it's just laying the weapons out and he's got Splinter's book. And it's all quite touching, especially consider up until this page, it's just been non-stop action.
Finally you get a chance to slow down and take a breath and just, you're right.
Yeah. And then you realise as you get to the last panel that the reason you're taking a breath is he's about to perform seppuku on himself. Like he's gonna.
I know this just was. I actually thought he did it as well, and I was like, "What? This was crazy. This was absolutely crazy. Proper way of the samurai or way of the ninja, whatever method." And I was like, really? God damn! He's about to die on well, not his own sword, but you know, the way of the sword. And honestly,
it's just I thought he was going to do it, and it's such a powerful. And I think it's made more powerful by like I said, look, you've had so much action all the way through, and then it's suddenly this touching scene where he's laying out all his brother's weapons, and then you realise why he's doing it, and it's just like, damn, like, it's just crazy. But then you get to the next page and you realise he can't do it because he's just so fucked.
Dude can't even kill himself.
Yeah.
And then of course this Lady Jones comes along and just catches him
and recognises him as a mutant turtle.
Yeah.
Which again is pointing to it's got to be Casey Jones's daughter. It has to be.
Yeah. 100%.
Especially since Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Casey Jones in that is a female.
Oh, really? So
it's not the first time we'd have had a female Casey, but obviously this isn't the gender bending type thing. This is just it's got to be his kid.
Yeah.
And I think as we find out in the next few pages, anyway. But
that's obviously I don't think Casey's around anymore. But but yeah, the next panel obviously we get this heart rate monitor thing, and he's got this wicked artwork sort of flashback of him and his brothers as kids. Sort of I say like 11, 12ish kind of age. But they started to look a lot more like people, which is weird. Great.
At this point, you can tell it's not Donatello and it's not Leonardo.
No.
From the belts.
Yeah, they're starting to give it away now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the belt positions that was giving it away, kind of.
Yeah. So now you're down to like a choice of 2. But that's a beautiful page of artwork there. Just the light going over, like the way they've lit it and coloured it.
It's like
just looks so good.
The way they do it, like a movie.
And then the next page is like the last page of the book. The first big reveal is obviously April's there,
looking like Sarah Connor from the.
Yeah, I mean, she looks fucked up. Like, she has seen some shit.
There's a great big scar across her face, all the wrinkles, and just the wear. And I'm so fucking tired of this shit.
Which again, the fact that Jones has obviously bought Mikey to April.
Mm-hmm.
She knows all about the turtles. She might not have met them, but she's heard about them.
Yeah,
like she'd have only heard about them from April or Casey, or possibly both.
Yeah,
if it's April and Casey's kid.
Yeah,
which
stories
is something we might find out, hopefully in later issues.
Fingers crossed.
But then you get the big reveal, which none of us were expecting in this issue.
No. And what I love about this, a lot of people speculated the way that she's saying it is, who were you just talking to, Michelangelo? Or who are you just talking to, Michelangelo? With the comma placement. It's like, no, it's the latter. Because the other one wouldn't make sense, but I've seen speculation going on all about it. But yeah, it's the big reveal, Michelangelo.
Yeah. I think if it was the other option, you would have had "Who are you talking to?" ?
Mm-hmm.
Michelangelo ? And in fairness, that could have been even more divisive, because that could have meant both things.
Yeah, that would have continued on to speculation.
Yeah, but I don't think they're trying to speculate. No. I think they're making this very clear.
Yeah.
And as we'll have a look at in a minute, it certainly seems clear anyway.
Yeah,
with the direction they're taking it in the next few issues. But it's clear they've made the intention. They're not. This isn't going to be a mystery thriller of trying to work out who the Last Ronin is. They've told you it, and now you're going to find out the story.
Yeah.
Which I think is a clever move.
Yeah. They want you to know it's Michelangelo.
Yeah.
They want to see how his character changed so drastically.
Yeah. Like now I'm even more interested in knowing about the Last Ronin as opposed to trying to work out who he is.
Yeah.
Trying to work out who he is would have been an annoying mystery.
Yeah.
No.
What I love about that last page is they kept his eyes pupilless, like Batman kind of thing. Just even without the bandana on, he's still glossed over eyes.
Yeah, I think that's a good design choice when it comes to these. But he just looks. I mean, he looks huge, but he looks old.
Yeah.
And again, those very Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
Old henchman, but he's a turtle.
Oh mate, yeah. And that wraps up issue 1, man. Hell of an issue, hell of a way to kick it off. And just roll. When are we expecting the next issue? It's December, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, so bi-monthly. So, was it 6 issues? So we got December, Feb, April, and June.
Damn, yeah, it'll roll right into next year.
Yep. That's so annoying.
What's crazy is seeing how much this first print has skyrocketed. Now, a friend at work was able to actually go onto the IDW website and get one for $8.99. It's just that shipping boosted it up to like 30 quid. And then immediately afterwards, they were sold out. So I think you got very, very lucky there. They've obviously skyrocketed in price on eBay for stupid money.
Yeah.
More so than variants.
They've underprinted massively. I don't think they're expecting the demand that they got.
No. No, this thing was out. People were queuing up, and they only had allocated stock. From what you told me, Pietro, at Dave's Comics, where you are.
Yeah, they sold out at once.
I think it was like within 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's the same. My Forbidden Planet put it out at 10:00, and at 10:05, they were sold out.
Yeah.
They've still got a variant in there. which in fairness, now I could buy the variant cheaper than I could buy
the
first print.
They're starting to show up on eBay a bit like more. But yeah, the price still around 20, 25.
Yeah, I think that it always tends to happen that you'll see people will see what they're going for, and then they'll flood the market, and then
now
the demand will drop.
There will be more and more, so I can buy.
Yeah.
So I mean, everyone's getting on the idea. Oh my god, this is worth a bit. Let me throw it up there. Everyone's doing the same, which will then just get people fighting over price. I've seen one for over 100 quid. I've seen them for 30.
But honestly, now's the time to pick one up because it's not going to drop. I can't see it dropping any lower than 20 anyway, but I think the demand for first print is going to go up the more we get into the run, because especially when people get to issue 4, issue 5, and they've all got first prints, and then they've got a second print or a third print issue 1, that's when collectors start going back and trying to make sure they've got all first prints of everything. And obviously anything that's been underprinted is going to be
it'll be more so than any variant. I mean, variants are nice, obviously they're rare. Eastman's doing a sketch cover, and he's also just putting out a plain white one as a exclusive for the fan club. There's tons out there, some really nice ones. The one I was after is
72, I think there is.
But don't make any mistake when it comes to the actual main comic itself. The ones you'll see on shelves. First, if you can get a first print of all the complete issues, the whole arc, all in first print, that alone will be worth more than any variant. Of course, go for any variants you like. I'm certainly going to pick out a couple here and there. Tempted by an Eastman one, but I'm not 100% on it. But yeah, there's some really good.
There's a few, because they're all listed in the back of the book. You can see all the different variant covers, and there's some really cool ones.
I didn't know that, and now I want to open my one.
There's some really nice ones there. See the Freddie Williams who done the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover comics.
Oh yeah.
Was done one, and that was really cool.
There's what we'll be getting onto next actually alludes to a certain part of one of the variant covers, so keep that book handy because we'll be looking at those in a minute, especially one particular cover. Now, as we are going to roll on to, let me just get to it. Bear with me. And nearly there. Let's see what the chat's saying whilst it loads, because the internet's terrible. One of the comments he hears in his head, it refers to it as a Sinja or synthetic ninja, which I imagine Mikey's saying it again, leading me into the centre where it was. Fair play.
Yeah, that I did think that at the time.
Yeah,
it's a 2012 cartoon, Mikey thing to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
To give names.
Okay, right. Let me share my screen. Okay, boom. What do we have here? Well, Tom, why don't you tell us about what went down here? Because I saw this on Twitter, and I saw that the old Turtle Den reported on it as well. And you say it was a writer, isn't it? It's a writer.
Yeah.
This image.
This is the tease for issue 2, the cover. I don't know if it's the main cover or a variant. I think it's the main, judging by the art style. I would say it's the main cover. But I think it shows you that you're going to start getting flashbacks, especially when we see cover 3. We'll explain more. But for this, this is obviously Raph's final battle. You can see the shuriken dug into his shoulder there, with the blood running down. It's just, he's obviously in some brutal battle, and he looks older, not as old as obviously Mikey does now, but he's got that slightly older look, really hench kind of look to him.
They've got some sort of, I'm not sure if it's a shoulder strap, but you've got some gauntlets here. They're armoured up. than the usual. They're getting tactical. They got some sort of, I'm not sure what this is, but he's charging through and just ploughing through a bunch of foot soldiers. I'm assuming these are. With one here he's facing off with, I don't know if that's a foot or that could be Shredder himself or someone else. It could be the son, the grandson. But yeah, so clearly I think from what, like you say, what we're teasing with the next image we'll show is that I think the next 3 issues will be detailing each one's final moment.
Yeah.
And then probably the last
whether it's, I think we'll obviously get a mix of I think it's going to progress the story a lot of where the underground is, like obviously where April is and what's happening.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of explanations of what's happening and then explanations of what happened. Spread over the next, like you say, probably I would say the next 3 books.
Yeah.
Judging by the next cover as well.
Yeah. So it'll probably bounce, like a good chunk of it will probably be a flashback mixed in with Mikey recovering, telling the story, or a little bit of progress going on in, obviously, with the current story. And it looks like issue 3 will look to be similar. So what we have here is obviously in Gathering, this would be, especially from one of the variant covers, Leonardo's katana with Casey Jones' mask on it. Now, the cover in question is the one where
it's the Collector Cave. It's Raymond Gay's variant cover.
Raymond Gay's
where you've got the 4 turtles.
They will stand around.
Yeah. So you've got Mikey, obviously the Last Ronin Mikey stood in the middle with the 3 brothers behind him.
Yeah.
Splinter dead at his feet.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up. What was the name of it again?
The Collector Cave. If you just search Collector Cave variant cover.
Cave. Variant. Let's see what this pulls up. Images. Call that like TMNT. We'll put that in, won't it? There we go.
Yep, this is it.
Okay. So if you can see that, guys. So as you can see here, obviously we've got Splinter dead at the Ronin's feet. And right here is a sword with Casey Jones' mask strapped to it. Right there. So yeah, they've alluded to that again now. So it looks like we'll be getting obviously a bit of Leo's final battle in issue 3, and I guess we'll see what happens to Donatello in issue 4. They may, I don't know how they're going to lay it up, but it's kind of the vibe that we're getting from this.
Yeah, I think it shows that we're going to be getting the flashbacks going on.
Yeah, and so yeah, just to go, I can't even speculate as to how each of them went down, but seeing obviously with this and then seeing that Armageddon episodes and have something major happening in that, and that being flashback to and getting to see that with the M-bomb and all of them dying and leaving one left alive, man, that just kind of, it was a good time to watch that now. For never watching it before, or if you haven't seen it in a while, watch it now, and it gives you these vibes, man. It just gets you more amped for this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so yeah, another month and a bit to wait, or a month or less than a month. I don't know when this is actually due out, but get issue 2 pre-ordered as fast as you can. I've got mine down.
Yeah, I think they must be increasing the print volume a bit now.
Yeah, because I believe the second print of this one, the red circle's green.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's out now already.
No, I think that drops in December as well.
That drops in December as well. Okay.
So it's a bit of a wait.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that couldn't get this will have picked up a variant by now because they're not that much different in price. And certainly in some cases you can get a variant cheaper. So
yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean, I know I'm gonna just keep the main run unopened, read it online. God help me if I get tempted, because it's very tempting, especially to look at all those variants at the back of the book now that I know that they're there.
Yep.
And it's hard to find all the images on Google when, of course, they're just flooded with all the other, bunch of other shit.
No, I think I'll be bagging this one back up. I've read it so many times now. So it's time to bag that one back up, and then I'll snag a second print when they drop, and that'll be my daily driver.
That's a good idea, actually. I'm probably going to do that too, just so I can read it physically, because reading it online is fine, but I like reading the comic physically.
Yeah,
so
you can't beat holding it.
Yeah, that'll be my reading copy for sure.
Until the trade comes out.
Oh, it's getting bought straight away and all.
I'm hoping that we get a bumper like trade with all 6 issues, hardback with the story in it and concept art, and I'd like to see, because obviously they've done this in the 80s, laid this out. I'd like to see if they've done any concept art of it back then.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping we get the big bumper like coffee table version where we get all of that in it.
Just a big fat thick bastard.
Yeah, and that'd be straight in my basket.
Going straight in my basket. Yeah, easily. Yeah. Check out, proceed to check out, add to cart. Give me it. But yeah, no. So that NECA, hopefully with some figures. People are already doing some great customs as well. John Arrowsmith done a great one.
Literally about 12 hours after the book came out, he had one up.
The man is a kit back master. You've seen his latest whip is crazy, and I don't know where all these parts are from. Okay, let me bring it up. Let me show you his whip.
Yeah. He must have a skip out the back of his house just full of action figure bits.
This thing's actually crazy. Let me go to. I've not got Instagram pulled up, but let me pull it up now. Instagram. I've spelled that right. Instagram, yes. Yeah, because I saw it today. I mean, I don't know what the particular character is that he is making, but let's search. Searching John Arrowsmith. Give it to me, babe. Come on. My internet's slow. There we go. No, that's not him. That's some random other dude. Arrow Custom Figures, that's the one I'm looking for. So I've got some random dude up now. Arrow Custom Figures, there we are. There you are, Mr. John Arrowsmith. Yes, so now I'm going to share the page. Bloop, and share screen. Okay. Right. This big bastard. I have no idea where he got half of these parts from, or what the base figure is, or anything. I think the base figure is actually one of the gigantic fugitive predators, like the Predator Enforcer. Just looking at the hands.
Yeah, could be.
Just the samurai armor parts, the shoulders. I have no idea. The neck thing, that's the Dynaselect Thanos that I recognise. But Whip TMNT show. I can't even pronounce that. But then he does he'll tease the body, and it's always the head that's last. So I'm very interested to find out more about what this.
Flash up his Last Ronin one quick.
Yes, while I'm here, let me get out of this. How do I get out of this? Back out. Is it there? No, not that one. Should be like, that's his snake eyes. There we go. Now, it's a bit slim in the body, but in terms of just aesthetic look,
really you get the feel of it there.
100% get the feel of it there. And all the weapons, the hood. I have no idea where he gets the hood from. But yeah, great use of parts again. And
it's not accurate, but it feels very Last Ronin.
Yeah, Let's see if there's another shot of it. There we go.
Like, it's just got that feel to it. That,
yeah,
like, sure. If that's the one that came out, I wouldn't be fussed that it's not accurate because it just looks so Last Ronin.
Yeah, I'll be happy with this.
I mean, I'm hoping NECA will do one and it'll be a bit more like accurate with the flatter face.
Mm-hmm.
And it won't be Donatello's head.
No, I do like this shot though. Just the where are you? Just the beak poking out.
Yeah, it does work well, and that matches the artwork perfectly.
Yeah, just it's all shadowed,
like with that bit. But I'm hoping that we get a proper, accurate representation of the Last Ronin.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'd be good. Good old. Can you imagine if Mafex, the way they nailed Dark Knight? Imagine if they dipped their hand and started doing comic book Ronin TMNT.
I would not say no.
No. I'll take a Mezco, or depending on what Mezco, if Mezco keep to it, or I don't know. We'll have to see.
I'm hoping NECA in the way that it will scale with all my other turtles, but again, I wouldn't mind seeing Mezco do it because then you'd get it all soft goods.
That's right.
Which I think would work really well.
Yeah, for sure. That would be nice. And they did tease something TMNT, that bit of promotional art, the little hand with the pizza coming out of the sewer. So not sure what that's to make of that or anything like that. But,
so the fact that Randy had already read it and knew who it was before the book dropped gives me hope.
Yes, and they're alluding to do more other comic book stuff, more like maybe touching upon the Mirage stuff again, and maybe some of the other, maybe even
I'd take a re-release of the Mirage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even mind an updated version of it, but I'd take a re-release.
Yeah.
I'd like them on the shelf again because I had the cheap, cancerous Chinese bootleg ones, which were fairly good as long as you didn't breathe in the same room as them. But a good re-release of them.
Yeah, I think they need.
I had the April as well. The April was quite a good figure, but
yeah,
it was an old NECA figure. Like you had no articulation in it really whatsoever.
No.
They should update them a little bit.
Yeah, it'd be good if they did.
Yeah, like the joints.
Yeah, I think go with what they do now.
Yeah,
but give us the Mirage style. To be honest, I'd take the Mirage Turtles over them doing the 2012 Turtles.
Yeah,
at the minute.
I could definitely see that.
But I'd take just a straight up re-release will do me.
Yeah, black and white format, color format with red bandanas. I've seen a set where they've got colored bandanas, like the orange, the blue, the clean slate custom bought set.
Yeah, they're the ones I had, the colored bandana ones. They're the Chinese knockoff ones. But I'd like just a set of red bandana Mirage Turtles. What I wouldn't actually mind is if, because they've already done, because they were based on like the obviously issue 1, issue 2, that design. I wouldn't mind the later ones, like because you could see the art style changed, especially if you get to like issue 10, 11, the Leonardo one shot, which is all the what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago, like the bits from the film.
Yeah.
Where you've got like Leo walking down the street and getting attacked because it was Leo, not Raph, that was the attack by the Foot Clan. But the art style in that was very different to how it started. They were much more, almost like blocky, bigger, like more classic comic, as opposed to the way they'd drawn them at the start.
Yeah.
I'd like a set of those turtles.
Yeah, they're really good actually. I mean, that's the thing with that gigantic book I had on. I whipped out, and it's just
the amount of but the cover of that book is how the art style changed as it went on, and I'd like the cover of that book in a figure.
Yeah, that'd be good. Build a diorama of it as well. Yeah,
but it's basically as well. Again, it suits them because they all look basically the same. You just got to change the heads ever so slightly. Just give them different expressions, and that's all you need.
It would take much tooling. Wouldn't take much tooling, and I'm sure, just tinker on the articulation a bit better, and we'll put them out again. They're so lot of hotcakes, man. Keep riding this TMNT wave. It's their biggest selling thing right now, I think.
Oh yeah, it's
more on it.
They must be killing it at the minute.
Oh yeah, 100%. What's killing collectors with being butthurt with, but at the same time, I think is inevitable and great, and I'm going to show you now. Might as well dive onto it because the only bit of NECA news to come out recently is obviously a reveal of their Splinter and Shredder 2-pack, and there does seem to be some. Doesn't look like anything different with Shredder. No new accessories, all the same hands.
No. When I first looked at it, I thought, God, he looks a bit buffer. But I think that's just the package.
Yeah.
Obviously, shooting through plastic, it distorts it a little bit. And there's no way they're going to knock out a new body for Shredder.
No, because it's still the same butt they're using for the foot soldiers. And it'll probably be the same one they use, unless they give him massive shoulders for the Secret of the Use version, and just no pectoral definition, just all flat because he doesn't fit in the suit properly. That'll be hilarious. But it looks like with Splinter, this particular one is more of a, I'd say, not as tatted robe, but then just some grey dry brushing all along the edge here.
Yeah. It's like Pietro said the other week when we were talking about it, that they were originally talking about the single card release was going to be different from the SDCC one. Like you'd get the cleaner robe, and we didn't get that, did we? We got exactly the same as SDCC.
Yeah, just
so this could be that one that they were originally going to do single card.
Agreed. And what's really annoying people is the fact that they've included some extra accessories here with Splinter. Now I'm fine with this, I know, because obviously I think these would have gone in an accessory pack if they had not gone in with these. Obviously, this is because obviously the GameStop didn't continue with GameStop, so of course their contract with Target, is it Target? No, it's Walmart. Sorry, Walmart is that everything's in 2-pack form. So obviously perfect pairing to get them out there again for people who haven't got them. And those who have got them, yes, you're going to have to buy them again to get these extra accessories if these really matter to you. Now, for me, it's a no-brainer. Plus, it gives me, being a toy photographer, I could easily wear out or possibly end up, unfortunately, breaking one. I'll have spares. So, yeah, we get a better look here. And he comes with slippers, which I think is a hilarious little touch.
Yeah.
But when he's lounging around in the sewer, along obviously with his hands, the nunchuck and the canister again. And of course, what we thought, Randy alluded to on Twitter, was going to be an alternate head, but it's not. It's just going to be a separate accessory. Is the melted pizza that you can obviously place on his head for that scene when they're eating dinner. So we get the melted pizza slice, so you can see it's curved downwards from where it's. So that's a nice little touch there. But shame we didn't get anything new for Shredder. Obviously, I don't know what we could have new. We were talking about it a while back. What did I suggest that they could have done apart from the drawing of Danny? A loose ninja foot soldier bandana, ceremonially putting it on his head.
Yeah, and the angry head,
and an angry unmasked head. Alternate head, so you can just plop the face guard onto the angry one, when he's charging at Splinter.
I couldn't see a cape at first. I was wondering if he actually came with the cape, but
they keep it in plastic.
I'm assuming you just can't see it with the light reflecting off it.
Yeah, this wrinkly thing here, that's the plastic baggie that it's in. I remember that because I saw that when I got the single. It was in a plastic baggie. But yeah, so these are hitting Walmarts now. No idea when we'll get them in the UK, considering we still had singles of these two in the UK stores. So I know
they had Splinter in my Forbidden Planet on the week before last when I went in.
Yeah. In fact, I've got a single carded Splinter again on pre-order before I even realised these were coming out, just so I had two. So I didn't wear out that one. But of course, with this, you get the extra hands that you never got before, like pointing and closed fist, open hand. which is good. And a lot of people are upset about that. And that I do agree we should have got a variation of hands in with the single carded. I do believe they did rush out the single carded release. So that's the only thing I'll concede on is that, yeah, I agree we should have got extra hands before. But so be
it is annoying, but it kind of it happens, doesn't it? Yeah. Let's face it, they're a company, they're gonna release stuff, they make the money from it, and that gives them the money to improve.
Yeah.
Go back and do it. And you're either bought excuse me. You've either bought this to go on your shelf.
Yeah.
In which case it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Or you've bought it because you love posing them around and you're a massive fan. In which case buying another one it's shit, but it's not the worst thing that could happen.
No. And you can also sell it on if you don't want the extra body. Just you know,
sell your original.
Yeah, show it in a Facebook group, or you know, I mean that's what I've got. A couple of the Casey Jones packs, just because obviously one which I've done a video on, which will be coming out, is I've done the unmasked head. But again, I have a couple of bodies because I'm posing them around. If one breaks or if one gets a bit loose, then I can keep one just on display and then wear the head.
Let's face it, it's a necker. There's a good chance it's going to get loose. The more you mess with these too much, they're going to loosen up.
Yeah, mine are currently at the moment anyway. So I'm desperate need of getting a new set of turtles, just so I can keep those displayed and then pose them up freshly with the new ones. So yeah, I'm waiting for those 2 packs to hit our shores. Don't know when they will be, but yeah, they're all sold out. But yeah, other than that, that's about it, guys. Yeah, I'm not sure. Nothing else really to touch upon in the world of TMNT.
No, not unless anyone wants to send me a set of cartoon turtles.
Yeah, Mr. Tomo has decided to take the plunge into the cartoon line. I haven't yet. I say that hesitantly.
It's
at some point I probably will.
I'm regretting it already.
Yeah, Pietro's balls deep in it already, and
I blame Pietro. I saw it. I was like, "Fuck's sake."
I want I know, I'm the same. But yeah, just Super 7. Nah, I'm like that Drake meme. You Super 7? Nah. Cartoon Necker? Yeah. But yeah, so help Tomo on his hunt for the cartoon ones. Just get a sign. We'll blow you for Necker Turtles.
It's no problem.
Oh dear. But so yeah, let's see if anything else is going on in chat. Not much going on. But yeah, I'm happy to wrap it up. If you it wasn't going to be a long stream, it was just going to be an overview of the Last Ronin, just catch up and touch upon what's going on. And but yeah, so I'm happy to wrap it up there because obviously it's a bit of a weekend.
Also, non-turtle related, very quickly.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Buy this.
Oh, there we go. New Harley Quinn. Yeah.
The White Knight spin-off.
Let's give you a single.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Harley Quinn from the White Knight, and it's just a really solid book. It's not drawn by Sean Murphy, but it's his art style all the way through. So if you like any of the White Knight stuff, that's a really good book. Issue 1's out now, and I think that's a monthly, so
excellent.
It's well worth grabbing.
Hot tip off the press, go grab that as well. Get your Harley Quinn in. And yeah, other than that, I think I've got a video dropping tomorrow, just going over Unmasked Casey, which has been blowing up on Insta. Thank you to everyone who's been liking this. I'm not 100% happy with it myself, but I'm glad people are enjoying it. And what else have I got coming along? Next video, I'm getting my movie Venom, and apparently Toys-R-Us are shipping my movie Venom, and if I can get Rob, if he can, to send me my custom, then I'll do a custom versus official vid. I'll have a new volume 3 of TMNT toy photography video going up at some point. I'm going to work on that this week as well, because I've got next week off. I'm back on my rotation now. because there's nothing happening at work. Lockdown 2 again, and yeah, and then maybe I might try and revisit the Playmobil DeLorean, because that knocked me out to the canvas and I was out the counter. I couldn't.
Yeah, you need to finish that one off.
It beat me. It beat me. I got right up to the finish line, and I'll explain more when I put it out. And the one last thing I needed to do was to reattach the wheels, and the part that I need to make the wheels attach to the body required me to take the whole thing apart again, which meant I had to dismantle all of the lights I installed and pull the whole thing apart again. And that was just...
It's a killer when something like that happens. It's a nightmare.
And I was just like, no, I'm done. I've already been fighting this thing the entire time. I've not enjoyed the build whatsoever, and I've really been itching to get on other stuff. So it's kind of been like oh God, I've got to do this again. I spent weeks and weeks doing all the paint work, which took a hell of a lot longer than what I thought. Getting the lights to work was fine. The Mr. Fusion beat me too. That all fell apart, so I have to redo that again. And of course, now that it's dark time, it's nighttime when I get home from work, I only have the weekends to spray paint. So thank God I got this week, so I'm going to try and revisit it again. But for now, I just needed to just tinker with some happy thoughts. But I'll be glad once that's done. But yeah, that's the long and short of it, unfortunately. But yeah, that is it on my end. Pietro, what are you up to at the moment? Anything?
Nothing.
Nothing from Pietro.
Nothing at all. No, taking a break.
Taking a break. No, fair play to him for that. So yeah, that will be it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just see. Thank you, Maverick. 5UK enjoyed discussing the first issue with you fellas. Catch you in the next stream. Yes, thank you, mate, for taking part and for taking part in all of them. You're an absolute diamond for jumping in, mate, and appreciate it. And I'm glad that you're enjoying these. It means a lot as well. And thank you to all that are watching, and to all those that watch this afterwards. But yeah, so going around the horn, let them all know where they can find you. I guess you all know, but yeah. So Pietro, they can find you on the Instagrams.
Yeah, Instagram, Turtleboy83.
Turtleboy83, you can check out his awesome diorama work there. And Mr. Thomas Green, you have...
you find me Instagram, ToyArt2 or Tom's Dioramas, depending on whether you want toy photography or dioramas, or follow both. Go on, give me a treat.
And the Gundam Shed.
Oh, the Gundam! I keep forgetting that. I need to go build a fucking Gundam.
You keep forgetting to post on it.
I can't get in my shed. I filled the shed up with my kids' toys, and I can't get in there to finish them off.
Oh no!
I've got a half-finished Gundam just sitting on the desk, desperate to be finished.
He'll get there. He'll get there.
He'll be done. Yeah. He'll be done.
So yeah, all I can ask you to do is to gently. Not gently, give it a bit of a wax on, wax off, eviscerate that like button for me, please, and hit that subscribe bell if you haven't already. That'd be awesome. And yeah, go follow these awesome chaps on Insta as well, and I'm at Project Puppet Customs, Instagram, Facebook. That will wrap it up for this evening, and we're probably going to have a weekend break next weekend, so we'll be back the following weekend, let some news roll in, and yeah, just so we can have a Saturday night in.
Might even see some Tucker and Razor drops by that point.
Maybe. I'm not anticipating them until the new year, to be honest.
I don't think they'll be here before then, but they might start hitting the US the next 2 to 3 weeks if we're lucky.
Hopefully,
yeah.
And also, we'll be doing the movie watch along of Secret of the Use roughly when Token Raza start dropping to get the amp and excitement going. We'll be doing that then. So keep an eye out for that. And thanks all for joining.
Excited for that one.
It was a lot of fun. That really was a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed that. That was
good. That was good.
It was so good. So I'm even looking forward to Turtles 3.
Oh, just for the roasting.
I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I've been watching clips of it online, and it's like there's actually some quite good bits. Look, I mean, it's dog shit, but there's some good bits.
Mimi Kaka moments, for sure.
But we'll get to that when we get to it. I don't want to blow it all now.
No, we will definitely jump on that, and then of course the animated 2007, which would be a great one to do as well. But
and Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We've got to do that.
We've got to do that at all. Just not the Michael Bay's. Not the Michael Bay's. No matter how much no matter how much you insist. But yeah, no, that'll be it, gentlemen. Thanks again for joining me, guys, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, take care, guys.
Hey.
We out.